So France way down the order at the moment. Beginning to close up a little bit though on Indonesia. He's dropped back having had the pit stop, so we'll have to see later in the race if he's actually able to pick any of them off. He could do with a safety car, to be honest, because that would bunch them all up together.
I think we could all do with a safety car. Of course, we don't want to have a TV safety car. We only want it to be deployed if there's a genuine reason.
Absolutely right. Well, South Africa's Adrian's out there with Australia, then China, Brazil in the silver colours with the green and yellow day glow flashes, and then Lebanon further down than earlier in the race, and certainly they're one of the losers, if you would like to say. I think they had a slowish pit stop there.
Fastest lap back to Ireland, and the battle between Portugal and Ireland just under 5 seconds, the differential first to second, and we saw those two battle in Chengdu 2 weeks ago.
And as I speak, Netherlands just doing their drive-through penalty, by the way, at the moment. So Brazil's just got past China. That's for 9th place. But China's coming back at Brazil, trying to return the favour. And he's got an advantage, but no, Brazil on the inside line there says, I'm going to stay here.
Yes, good driving by Felipe Romero. He knew the China car potentially could break later into turn 1 because he had the wider angle into the corner. But as long as you can just modulate the brake and keep that car alongside you, he's not going to be able to do anything around the outside. The long way round is the wrong way round. Yeah, absolutely, and still some defensive work going on. Now, with Netherlands having made their drive-through, tell you what, USA are now up into an effective 4th place. Mexico have made their pit stops, so now it is Ireland leading this race once everyone's stopped. Portugal 2nd, Malaysia 3rd, USA now 4th. Ahead of South Africa, ahead of Australia, because they were next up, and so we'll get that full order when they come around next time. This is proving to be a bit of a demonstration drive at the moment from Adam Carroll, who's got a 4.4 second advantage. But the reason it is because the team did the work where it counted in the qualifying for the feature race, and they used that pole position to their advantage. They ran late into the first pit stop window. Mark Gallagher, seat holder for Team Hanover. By the way, on the nose of this car, the name Theodore Racing, in honour of Teddy Yip. It is Teddy Yip Jr. who is a senior partner, seat holder in the Team Ireland operation. Theodore Racing, many of you will remember from the days in Macau and also in the days of Formula One. A great entrepreneur and supporter of motorist sport. Yeah, great to see that name back in top-level motorsport once again. Across the line goes Malaysia. So Faraz Fawzi still holding on to 3rd place, and then we're waiting for the 4th place car to cross the line. Just looking out of the window, it is USA, but he's a long way back, just crossing the line now. So it's a big gap, 11 seconds between Malaysia and Marco Andretti for USA. South Africa is 5th, ahead of Australia 6th. Brazil in 7th, so this is that group. They're all fighting from 5th downwards. Yeah, I mean, you've got a chain of cars really about 6-8 seconds covering this battle with New Zealand. Others ahead just behind. So it catches up to the tail of the Lebanese car coming through turn 1, then down through turn 2. Earl Bamber looking to line up his New Zealand car and try and get up and alongside, but under acceleration. The gap once again is opening. Yeah, it is. Lebanon running 9th, New Zealand in 10th place. Italy still in the battle there as well, looking to take advantage. Earl Bamber's going to have to find something else. Danny Watts is a lap down for Great Britain. He's in that group, but he is a lap down, so he's actually down in 16th position. France is still running 15th. And they're some 33 seconds off the back of the next best, which is now the Dutch car, having had that drive-through penalty. There's a mistake from Lebanon, and through goes New Zealand. Yes. That was Daniel Morat's mistake, and Earl Bamber took advantage. Go through, so it was part of the racetrack that we saw that incident earlier with Team GBR. Again, catches out Lebanon. It's amazing how quick. It was just a tiny mistake, and suddenly the car runs up a moment wide. Well, as I said in the track analysis, turn 7 and 8, they don't look particularly tricky corners. Well, it's was half the racetrack away from the apex, so he was too quick in, didn't get the speed off, had to do the long way around, paid the penalty, and it's inexperienced speed. We ran the curve as well, and that also caused the car to lose a little bit of grip at the rear, have to come out of the throttle. New Zealand slide through, and another 2 positions lost for Lebanon. That brings New Zealand up into 9th position. Yeah, 2 places drop means he's out of the points. Now Fawzi for Malaysia's in the pits, John. Why would Malaysia? He's got his hand in the air. It's all problems for Malaysia. I'm looking from our commentary box window. You're looking on board the car. What has gone wrong for Malaysia? Well, he's pulled in. He's gesticulated, and then he goes again. Well, we've got 2 reporters in the pit lane. I think they'll be racing to get down to find out what was the cause of that. I can't understand that at all. There was no reason for him to come in. Sometimes you do get miscommunications over radio traffic. Whether that's what happened or whether there's another factor, hopefully we'll get that information to you as quickly as possible.
Let's get down to Diana and see if she can find out what's going on. Diana.
Well, Ben, I'm down here at the garage inside to ask the guys what happened, and they said they've absolutely no idea. He's just come in, they were not ready for any pit stop, and he's gone straight back out again.
Can't believe it. Well, it is so bizarre. I saw the car coming down pit lane and wondered what that was about.
Well, he's in the pits. I mean, sitting there. What's going on?
Engineer Alan Muggleston says, what are you doing here? Go on, get out. And, well, as you say, it must have been a miscommunication. It's the only thing I can imagine.
I mean, it has happened at many times in many events where radios go AWOL. Whether that's been the case here or not, I don't know. But certainly Faraz Fawzi has blown any opportunity to give the home crowd the cheer by getting onto the podium. He was in a comfortable third place. He was somewhat 11 seconds behind Portugal in second, but 6 seconds ahead of USA in fourth.
Yeah, so USA, Marco Andretti is in third place in only his third A1GP race, and suddenly looking pretty exciting from his point of view, but for poor Malaysian fans in front of us in the commentary box, they can't work it out either. They're looking just as dumbfounded as I feel. There is a second pit stop to come in this race. I'm not saying there isn't one. There's a second pit stop, but it doesn't come for a few laps yet. The pit window doesn't open up for how many laps is it, John?
Lap 20 to 28, so we've completed on the 18th lap. It's going to open up in a couple of laps' time. It's not far away, but it stays open until lap 28 of 34 laps, so it could be another late stop for Ireland. As long as they don't have traffic, they don't catch up to the tail enders. I think they're going to do what they did in the first pit stop window and stay. But New Zealand battle with this. China again down into turn one. Yeah,
China trying everything there to get past the black beauty, but he couldn't do it. In fact, I think it was the other way around. I think New Zealand had just passed China. That's what it is. And China was trying to come back at him. New Zealand up to 7th now. So again there for New Zealand. And they're trying to chase after Brazil. On board with Malaysia. And he's dropped all the way to 14th. So this is how it
coming into
began.
turn 15. This is into turn 15. Goes late on brakes, but managed to keep the car on sort of half the line, but sweeps around the outside. Ho Ping Tung really, I think it was a bit generous. Could have given it a harder day for El Bamber. Ireland continuing on. The only car really running in the 1 minute 50s. Portugal now doing similar lap times. Gap 5.2 seconds. I mean, Adam Carroll's having to run at this pace because that's the pace that Portugal, they're forcing Ireland to be honest here this afternoon.
Yeah, Portugal fast, as you say, very similar lap times. You can see Philippe Albuquerque in the background. Okay, the gap's 5 seconds, but you do need a poor pit stop and it could all change.
All you need is another safety car.
Indeed, another safety car, and it all opens up the possibilities. So USA running in third, but that is the gap. You're waiting all the time. That's what we're waiting for here, to see the American car. There it is. So that he could do with a safety car as well. But Marco Andretti running in third ahead of South Africa in fourth, Australia in fifth, and then it is Brazil. Great to see Brazil running so well up after all their problems here this weekend. And then New Zealand in seventh position, just a bit further down the order.
Well, I mean, great to see two cars that were taken out in that sprint race debacle at the start, the rolling start. Marco Andretti running strongly. Third place.
Yeah.
And further down the field, Brazil in sixth. Two cars that were heavily damaged, being repaired, running competitively.
Nice to see that the rear wing still featuring the Korea sparkling banner on the back of it, because Korea helping out USA. Oh, look at this. Netherlands trying to gain back some of the lost ground on their drive-through, going past Indonesia. Or is he? Yes, he is.
Yeah, that's going to happen. Indonesia wasn't going to make a big issue out of it. The momentum being with Jeroen Bleekemolen in the Netherlands and Satrio Amanta, for Indonesia deciding, okay, I'll show you my nose, but I'm not going to squeeze.
New fastest lap for France once again, all the way down in 15th place below Duval, showing what he could have done. Mexico! Oh, Mexico's lost it, trying to go past Indonesia.
I thought he was going to take Indonesia.
Or Lebanon, he was trying to get past Lebanon, sorry.
It certainly looked like he was going to take that car out as he lost it under brakes, going down the inside of the corner. It is dirty there, you cannot brake quite so late as you would do in the race line.
Oh, that's a shame. At least he hasn't stalled the engine. Unlike Neil Yarni, of course, who went off there at the very early stages of this race, trying to fight his way up from the back of the order.
So look, dives on the inside, gets, just not quite up to the mid of the car. Around she goes, and you don't get any closer than that with that contact. But what a good job getting his hand on those hand clutches, pulling first or second gear, drop the clutch. Here's again the head-on view. Under brakes, rear brakes just marginally locking up and turning at the same time.
Yep, and round she went. But as you say, he kept the engine running and he was quick to get out of the way once more. So David Garza is there again. Let's take a look at it from the onboard.
Okay, running behind. So comes up. Does he get? Where does he get to? I think he gets to about the